Hey, Eric Mortimer here. Today we're going to be talking about buyer fears and mistakes. If you can acknowledge them, then we can overcome them. We can have some fun in the process, some profit, and you can move forward with clarity, courage, and commitment. If you haven't yet, go back and watch some of our previous videos. 1, 5 ways to avoid buyer's remorse, and 7 signs that it's time to move. Stay tuned. Welcome back. First, we're going to talk about the fears, then the mistakes, and how you can crush them. Fears. First fear is fear of loss. So buyers will go into a property. It may have been the first, third, or 35th place that they've gone into, and they have a fear, an emotional response that they're going to lose this property. They have to buy it before somebody else does. Second fear, FOMO, fear of missing out. Here's where the analytical brain kicks in and says, oh, this is only the 3rd house that we looked at. We really love it, but there's 3,974 more listings on the market. Maybe we should see the rest of those ones. 3, fear of paying too much. So maybe this place is overpriced. I don't want to pay too much for it. Why hasn't somebody else bought it yet? Maybe it's because it's not a great deal. People don't want to pay too much or look bad, look like they overpaid. 4, fear that something's wrong with it. What if there's a structural defect in it? What if there's something wrong with it? Maybe that's why somebody else didn't buy it. If it's a condo, maybe there's fear that there's something wrong with it and there's going to be a special assessment or the condo fees are going to go up. So now the mistakes. You've probably heard the expression, what you think about, you bring about. So a lot of the fears actually end up manifesting in the form of mistakes. People end up trying to avoid those fears and overcompensate or go about it the wrong way. The first mistake is not getting pre-approved. People want to rush out and start looking at places or start making offers without knowing how much they can afford. And they can end up being house poor, or they can lose out on a property because they're not pre-approved and the seller doesn't even want to talk to them. Second mistake is overpaying. It's not a perfect market. Real estate is often more of a science than an art. So the list price may be above or below where the property's value is. Many people don't have access to the solds, the history on a property, the expireds, what's happening in the market, where things are going. So they end up overpaying. 3, not having access to all possible properties. In addition to properties that are on the MLS, there's also coming soon. There's properties that are off the market. There's for sale by owners. There's builders. There's all kinds of other options that the general public doesn't have access to. Mistake number 4, listening to the wrong people. There's all kinds of experts out there. You know, you might have a brother-in-law that's living in a basement suite that's never owned a property in his life, but all of a sudden he's a real estate expert telling you how to negotiate the contract and what house to buy or what not to. Make sure you're listening to an expert. 5, and this is a big one, not having your own agent. A lot of people will drive around and end up calling off a for sale sign and dealing with the listing agent. Quite often, in those cases, the agent will have to deal with you as a customer. Have a proper buyer's agent. They owe you fiduciary duties and will look after you. This can save you tens of thousands of dollars. And make sure it's the right agent too. Make sure you're working with a team of professionals that have a proven system and experience to make sure you're looked after. Just for comparison, to give you an idea, many agents do 0 to 3 deals per year. In contrast, we had 3 closings last week. And I don't say this to brag, I just to let you know that we have enough at-bats to make sure you're covered. And we have a VIP buyers program. Make sure you're working with somebody that has a VIP buyers program. Like in our VIP buyers program, for example, we can, and this is in a sales video, if you want more information, give me a call and we can set up a consultation free of charge, no hassle, no pressure. But just to give you an idea, We give you access to all properties online and offline. We do a careful market analysis to make sure that you never overpay for a property, and we do the proper contract for you. We supply competent affiliates. The fears around structural issues, we have the best home inspectors, there's engineers if needed, condo document review companies, mortgage professionals. We have the best mortgage professionals to ensure that you get the best mortgage that's possible for you. And lawyers, we want to have the right real estate lawyer as well. And there's a lot more that we do to make sure that you feel certain moving forward in the process, so we can avoid the fears, and you can move forward with clarity and courage. There you have it. There's the buyer fears and mistakes and how you can crush them. Until next time, I'm Eric Mortimer, real estate agent and agent of change, helping you solve your problems and realize your dreams.